I'm a high school teacher. It is 4 weeks into the school year with students, and I am at my limit already. I am at my limit with being talked to and demanded at so disrespectfully, interrupted constantly, repeating myself countless times. This year feels worse. This year feels worse than the last 5 years I've taught. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel like I've seen so many teachers make videos where we are all ringing the alarm saying, this is bad. This year is not good. It's not good. We are struggling, and not a lot of us are going to last if this continues, because I think there's a reckoning of teachers realizing like, I actually don't deserve to be treated like shit. And then every day wipe that slate clean and start on over as if it didn't happen. I teach high schoolers. I see it from videos of elementary school teachers and middle school teachers. I don't know when, as a society, we're going to wake up and say, our system is failing. Our students don't have basic respect or human decency. Teachers are done.
I had a student that...
What are we talking about? Okay, so the title of this video says, Teachers Are Done. America's moral decline no one wants to talk about. Well, first off, the kid have power now, kind of. They can do whatever they want. I work. I'm not going to say too much about what I was working at for up north, but I work with families, okay? I was working for the government. I will say that, yes, they know me, whatever, but and sometimes we were receiving people, kid from schools that, are going through some tough times, serious tough times with parents home. So they have to separate them. We literally, as the government's agents, we had to take the kid and put them in foster programs and things like that. And as an African, sometimes it's just to solve, something that I could solve in a different way. But here, there is a proper way to do it. And I got how to be trained. I had to relearn everything that I know. But honestly speaking, it's about exactly what this title is. American moral decline. No one wants to talk about. You can't do anything now. If there is something, well, it's okay. Things like that. And then the kids are getting empowered, which is great, right? Because yes, abuse exists. So many things, happened. And some bad experiences that some kid experienced. But some of them, not all of it, but creating a solution that's wiped out like the old system. And it's like, now it's like, you know what I mean? Let's watch maybe this lady might open up some of the thoughts.
Tell me what you gonna do about it. Really.
Teachers are done.
I had a student that told me what you gonna do about it. Really. So I was ignoring them because we were out at tennis and he was banging his racket. And so I told him he had to sit down. He lost 5 minutes of tennis. And he was like, I don't care. I don't have to listen to you. I'm not going to do it. What you going to do about it? So then he was in my space. So I said, I need you to back up. What you going to do? What am I going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know how to handle it. They say ignore negative behavior. So I was ignoring negative behavior, but he wanted a reaction. Mm-hmm. But now my anxiety is a little high and my nerves are a little fried, but he wanted a reaction. I was trying not to give him one.
Well, guys, I made it a week. And I asked to put my resignation in.
Why?
I've been dealing with so many.
I want to have her as a teacher, but I'm already old, but okay. I had a teacher like that too, at some point. It's fun.
Health problems due to stress, at least the last 2 years. And I was hoping that being at a new school would change that. And day 3, I was in urgent care because I thought, doesn't matter what I thought, but it all came down to chronic stress And I walked in the next day and said, I cannot do this anymore. And, you know, one of the questions people ask me is, why are teachers quitting so much? I'm going to tell you my experience. And this might not be every.
And please, teachers, I want you guys to be as honest. I know you can't say everything. I get it. At least give us a little bit more, because I can say whatever I want, but I'm not a teacher. And in my position, I was experiencing also different things when we were receiving kids. So I want you to be as open as you can, please.
Everybody's experience, but for me, I am in fight or flight mode all day long. And I really don't know what would change it. I guess just the caseload. It's so much pressure in so many different areas. It's hard to explain to people that aren't in it.
Okay.
Like, it's not the kids, at least at my school. For some, it's different. At this school, it's not the kids, it's not the parents. It's the workload. I narrowed it down to two choices. I said, okay, number one, I either need.
Why are you turning around? It's not a kid, it's not a parent. Ooh, it's workload. Come on, just say it.
To make peace with working 50 to 60 hours, and I need to go get some antidepressants. Option number two is make peace with quitting and trying something new. And that's what I decided. And it just sucks because obviously I went to school for this. Like, this was my dream. So not only am I mourning this job,
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Like, the more she just blangle, I'm gonna say it. I thought you were my favorite teacher. Now you're not. I'm so sorry. You just say it. The programs now, the government. Yes. There's some stuff that you don't want. What are you scared about? I'm also scared about it, by the way. I can't say it, but okay. There's things that you don't like. They're forcing you guys to teach kid. Just say it. Things like that. Oh, because of workload, it's not a kid, it's not a parent, it's not a teacher. So workload, come on, who don't work 6 hours, 60 hours? Sales. By the way, I sell cows every day, but I work every day, all the time. Say it.
Earning my dream. Like, I thought this was going to be it for me. I love being a teacher. My health is just, my body is saying no more. One of my friends told me, because I keep asking my friends for advice, you know, people who have been in this career for so long, and I asked her, and she said to me, you know, I'm not going to tell you to quit, but your body certainly is. And Colleen, that comment changed my life.
On a personal level, I get it. But I feel like she has something that she needs to say. I'm not forcing her to say it. Maybe that's her case. Maybe I'm watching the wrong video. I'm so sorry. Yes, maybe by the way, let me see if she's keep on going on. Maybe we're watching the wrong video. Honestly, I have so many videos that we need to go through of actual real issues. Okay, we're not wasting time on this one.
And I just gotta listen. Unfortunately, like, I wish so bad it was different. I listened to this. Her name is are just in press. I don't. It's just.
And I'm done because.
Yes, I really had to skip her, bro. Like, I'm tired. She's amazing, but this is a different case.
I have to speak to, as a teacher of.
So this it says teacher 48 the day before I officially resigned. Okay, let's go.
24 years, this being my last year, I'm retiring. Mm-hmm. I'm done, and I'm done because of one word. Parents. And I am going to speak for teachers who can't speak because they're still in the profession. Education has changed so much, that it is unbearable, and that's why there's a teacher shortage. I have seen education change in 24 years, and it hasn't changed for the better. And a lot of it has to do with parenting or lack thereof. Parents, when you send your child to school, they need pens, they need pencils. If they don't have them, please ask me or ask the school. Parents, when you send your children to school, yes, they do need their books. Yes, they do need a notebook. If they do not have any of those things, please ask your teacher or please ask the school. Bottom line is this: teachers are not just teachers. The amount of time that I spend teaching is, let's see, if I'm lucky, maybe 20 minutes within a class period. There's so much other stuff going on every minute, every second of the class period. It starts off as soon as the kids come in the room. There's always self-regulation that I have to do. There's always redirection that I have to do.
Yep.
There's always repeating the same information, even though it's written on the overhead.
Yep.
Even though it's clearly spelled as clear as it can be in the written language. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
Yep.
And even after I ask for clarifying questions, which I don't get any. There are kids who are constantly coming in late, which disrupts the classroom. The phone is ringing because a child needs to go to see the counselor because they are dealing with whatever issues. I get that, and I understand it happens. There are interruptions because a child is leaving because the parents are taking the child out of school to go somewhere. There are interruptions in the day because I have to fill out an independent contract for a child who's going away for a month to Italy or to India. So that means I have to make special lesson plans for that child, which they don't do, by the way. There are interruptions when you have the counselors coming into the classroom and asking to take out a certain student. There are interruptions in the classroom because there are so many students with special needs, and again, I am not faulting them for that. All I'm telling you is that a lot of extra energy goes into students who have special needs, and I'm the only person in the room. There isn't a teacher's aide, there isn't another special ed person in here with me, and I have 33 to 34 students. The interruptions are insurmountable, so trying to teach is virtually impossible. We as teachers have become babysitters.
There you go. That's the word. Babysitters, daycares. Actually, yeah, especially in America, they go to eat, they do everything, you know, they're extra classes. So they're literally living around 4, 5 from school. So everything, it's just like the old daycare. They don't care about their education. No care. Nobody cares. They're busy working or just, you know, the kid. But at the same time, you empower them. Don't let the teacher do this. Don't let the teacher do that. Or don't tell them to do this. Okay, great. But then it's a burden with these amazing people. Look, I was 42. I'm my bad, but she looked way older than 42. Why? Stress. I get now why the previous lady say she couldn't. I told you that just on a glance. I'm like, oh, I would love to have this teacher. She would end up 2 years being like her, looking really tired. Like, seriously, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And all we do is we're putting out fires every 2 to 3 minutes. And that's not an over-exaggeration. That is the truth. So, that and many other reasons, I'm retiring after 24 years. I have had it. I can no longer deal with the new type of pain.
Nailed it. I believe 50 years. The reason why I say 50 because I see even people my age, 30, 40, 25, 30, 40, are not really people. Like, you see like the word, like, you're like, is this something like, you know what I mean? Like, people, I'm so sorry, but people really, like, a lot of people are working in the healthcare industry for over 6 years, 7 years. A lot of people need help mentally. Like, it's crazy.
Parent, and
No wonder why they can't really be parents anyway. But they're having babies everywhere. And they can't educate, they are not educated themselves, so they can't educate the kids, so their kid becomes, these things in the systems, and plus all this stuff adding up. It's like a whole mess. And these are the kids that you say they will be. Plus, we have crisis. We have all this going on with all these videos that I've been posting. If you haven't watched them, go and watch them. People laid off, no jobs. People start scamming, and these kids don't know how to do anything. On top of, bro, I don't know this man.
the new type of child that is a product of the parent that I am trying to teach. Many of these kids do not care. And they don't care because their parents don't care.
Exactly.
And if their parents care, then I guess I would see kids that care. But I don't. So teaching has become a dying profession. I, for one, have 24 years of experience, and I am leaving. I plan to stay for another, 10 years. Not doing it anymore. Nope. So another experienced teacher bites the dust.
I'm a former teacher, and here's the...
It feels bad. Like, you see someone who has been working forward, I think, 2000s. She looks old. I'm so sorry, but she looks way older than her age. Like, she's done. You see she wanna do it because she loved it. But the body, the mind, and everything, it's just not it. Like, the situations, the system, it's not supporting her. Teachers, man, if there's like really people we need to thank, it's our teachers. I'm glad that I don't think that this happened to everybody, but my mom's teacher taught me too. It's like we have one teacher in common. He died already, but that's a great experience. Let me know in the comment section down below if that happened to you, like a teacher who taught your mom, taught you too. That's great.
real reason why teachers are quitting and or not mentally well. I'm sure you're thinking parents and admin, and some even say the kids. And those are all part of it, but that's not the root.
Okay.
This is the root. The root is that teachers don't have control anymore.
Okay. That's a part of the equation. Okay. If they don't have control, I mean, let me think. The more he talks, the more we'll plan everything,
One of the big differences between a good teacher and a bad teacher is a good teacher has control of their classroom. Bad teacher, it's crazy, chaos. A good teacher feels like they have control, feels like they have everything going on, feels like everything's going well. But because of the current dynamics, there's a lot of teachers out there, great teachers who have been doing it for years, who now since COVID has slowly had their control stripped away by admin not allowing them to have free reign in their classroom, and parents that are no longer supportive and in most cases are combative to anything that they want to do.
Bro, I wish you could be here. We can make just a talking video so we explain it well to these amazing people. Come on, preach.
So the way I view it is teachers are in a straitjacket. Like, imagine a teacher in a classroom with a straitjacket on. It's like, can somebody get me that? No, not that. And when you feel that constant lack of control, the stress is outrageous. So these great, amazing teachers who literally have their hands tied behind their back are realizing that I don't have that control anymore like I used to. So these teachers are stressed out of their mind.
Yes.
But then comes step one. The only way to mentally do well in those situations is to lower expectations and accept it is what it is. And
But then if you do that, then it becoming babies.
for real life, this is amazing advice. Letting go of things you don't control. Just letting things be the way that they are. But in the teaching setting, that means that Johnny is not going to improve like the Johnnies of the past did. It means that you know that they're not going to get the education and are not getting the education that you know that they should be getting, because there's too many other deterrents and distractions and things.
There is actually a test that always goes around schools, and it really shows that, you know, a sixth grader can't even do even better than a. This is sad. Like, they can't even perform what's supposed to be for their level. That's crazy. Look it up. I don't want you to take from me, but look it up. You know, if you want to be a parent, if you're a parent already, if you had parents, no, if you have kid already, you know, just do your research and actually, you know, get involved into your child education, or try to be, you know, a little bit. I don't know. I was born in a different era where my mom was there making sure I do all my homework. I had a teacher home. I literally grew up in a total different era. Not this one. This is crazy. My teachers beating me up sometimes.
Like admin holding you back and parents that complain, that it becomes impossible. So now what does that result? The teacher standing in the front of the class with the straitjacket on and just being like, okay, they're moving around. All right, I'm just gonna do my best with Susie right here, right now, and the rest of, like, it is what it is. And then just doing that every single day. You wonder why teachers are looking forward to the next break and can't wait until summer. It's because they get a chance to just go, and not have that, oh my God. And then once a teacher gets to a certain level where they recognize, I'm lowering my expectations of my classroom. This is not okay. So I gotta leave.
Yeah.
And all you hear is the deterrence, like, oh, you're weak and you can't handle it anymore. Oh, you should leave. While internally you're like, how can I do this? How can I give up on them? How can I admit that this is just not working anymore? And ultimately, how can I choose myself and saying, I need to step away?
Instead of creating bombs, people that will be, I'm creating literally a atomic bomb in the society. I'm not creating humans. I'm creating these things that will destroy the next town, the next. Imagine 2 kids, the damage that it can do in the society. Imagine like 30 people that you know they're passing every year in your class, or it's how many damages that you're being responsible, like internally. Some people say, no, I can't do this. You know, I study this. That's my passion. So I can't just give up and take a decision like that. You know what I mean? Just wait for my paycheck or wait for my vacation. No, they get tired because they want really
and
passionate.
Leave those kids and just, hey, it's not good, but I can't do it. That's why if you hear a lot of former teachers, they'll say that the stress is so much less because it's not feeling that complete and utter lack of control. So the lesson here is twofold. Number one is it is a great thing to lower expectations in your daily life to limit stress. That means if you're a little bit late, you'll get there when you get there. There's no reason. It is what it is. It's okay. Oh, you ran out of time. You didn't get the groceries today. It's okay. We'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, right.
The second part is, in education, what does that look like? That looks like
total mess.
The expectations of students before to now is down here. And how is it ever going to go back up?
Nope.
Give the teachers control back. And this is a really hard thing because I do think that parents should be involved in their education, but I think there's too many parents who are not good at that. And that's causing this issue that it makes it really impossible to find this balance.
Well, some parents tried to do something, but then the kid, they say that, Mom, you can't do anything to me. I will call. What you know? And they will come and separate me from. I mean, I think in the country is actually the leaders that's supposed to fix these type of problems. That's my belief. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Open my eyes. Open my mind. I'm just an African guy who have been here for over 10 years. I'm still learning. Open my eyes. You know better than I. You were born here. This sounds really good with you?
Between giving the teachers control and the parents not having the control over their own kids' education. But until this thing changes, until that changes, everything is just going to continue to get worse. Your veteran teachers are going to continue to quit and leave. And the new teachers that come in are just going to have lower expectations. And what is that going to look like in the future of America?
Well, I have another video that I don't know if I want to post that, but it's a teacher with 3 colors and teachers with colors, and I'm not gonna say because they're not even the man and boy, but they're something else, and the class is opening some books, teaching certain lessons, new lessons in 2025s, because the old one doesn't matter. Math, writing, it's all that stuff. Who cares anyway? You know what I mean? We have AI right now, so we need to learn more, deeper stuff, such as coloring your hair in a different way and be free and all that stuff, which is...
People that work in public schools are leaving the profession, and I'm no different. I walked out of my job and quit after 10 years working in a public high school, and I don't regret it at all. Unless you've worked in education yourself, you really can't relate. People in other positions want to say or compare that their job is just as hard. But to be honest, unless you've actually done it and you've walked the walk and you've been in our shoes, you don't know. It's not the pay. People go into this profession knowing that the pay isn't going to be great, and they go in because they love the kids and because they sometimes want the schedule. They want to be moms, they want to be dads, they want to have a schedule that can accommodate them being parents. And that's why I went to the profession, but it's also exactly why I left. It got to the point where I was so exhausted and drained by the end of a school day, where I had poured every ounce of energy, every ounce of empathy that I had out onto all these kids, that by the time I got home, there was nothing left for my own family. And my kids, my own kids, they were suffering because of it. They didn't have a present mom. I was like a walking zombie for the 10 months of the year that I was working in public school. And they only really got a good version of their mom in the 2 months of summer. And I quickly realized that I want my kids to experience a good mom every day.
I want you to send this video.
Did you start doing homeschooling? You look like a great mom anyway, but that's have common sense. You know what I mean? She's a parent at the same time and a teacher. So noticing that she was a different person, you know what I mean? She started changing. She started not being herself. She feels like it, you can feel it even with your partner, with your family and anything. When you're stressed, you're like, I don't want to react this way, but you have, too much. You're like, oh, give me just a break. And then, it comes as if, you're negative. Or, it's just, too much. Now imagine it's constant. Because dealing with kid, I worked with kid, bro. It's not. Now, on top of that, not only regular kid, but kid that are not. It's like, oh,
To anybody who can't understand why teachers are crashing out and quitting. I mean, they get their summers off, so like, what do they really have to complain about? I have brought visual aids. Here we go. So everything I show you on this green clipboard is going to represent when I started teaching in 2005, and everything on this red clipboard is 2025. I did not teach the full 20 years. I took 7 years off because I had children and my husband's in the military. We moved a lot. Here we go. These are actual seating charts that I found as I was cleaning up my desk today. So this represents the year 2005, and this is how many of my students are reading on grade level. Everything in blue. So one and a half students out of like a group are struggling readers, but pretty much everybody's reading at least on level, some even higher, okay? 2025. How many of my students are reading on grade level?
I just told you about the test that I always...
Okay, this next is an average of how many of my students failed my class. Like they are going to have to repeat this. There's no recovering. They failed. This is 2005. 0.5 student out of all of my students. This is this year. This is this year. On average, I teach about 100 students. On average, this is how many students in each class are not passing. They're going to have to take this class again. Okay, next, the orange represents in 2005, parent involvement. I always had parents either in my inbox asking about lessons, volunteering for field trips, or anything that we needed for our classroom, volunteering supplies. 2005, 2025. Where are the parents that are supposed to be involved?
Who told you that they're parents? They're just people who make babies. Because the word parents doesn't mean that it's someone who have kid. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's... I don't know. Am I saying good English? Or let me double check.
Behavior issues. Students in 2005 that I had to like write up on referrals, call home, maybe have parent-teacher conferences for poor behavior. Out of a whole classroom, there was always like at least one bad apple. Okay. 2025.
Eesh.
Put your cell phone away. Why are you showing up to my class 15 minutes late? Don't talk to me like that. Don't call them the N-word. You know, if there's anything that being a teacher is taught.
And then if you do something and you do this because of my race, or
it's analyzing data and trends. And
okay, the definition of parent. When I was right. Not everybody is called parents. Not everybody with kids are called parents. They're not parents. They just, I don't know. So the definition of a parent, it said a parent is a person who raises or cares of a child. To care, to raise, and even the verb raising. You know what I mean? It's not like keeping them in the house. There is, a certain, system that need to be implied for them to actually, to call it raising the kid. These are just, I don't know. You guys need to help me. You know what I mean? I still learn English, so you guys need to help me in the comment section because I really can't explain this. It's crazy.
I just don't like the current trends. So that is why you are seeing teachers leaving like in a mass exodus, just in droves, exiting the classroom this year. And everybody wants to blame COVID. That's a small part of it. Most of it has to do with parenting, screen time. You put a cell phone in the hands of a small child and just give them unfettered access to the internet.
Okay. I like to analyze all the time. So let's listen to this. This is like a circle, right? The parents don't have much time. Yes, some of them master the timing. They're doing great. I actually want you guys to let us know what system you use down in the description. Now, for the parents who got caught with the system, they don't have a good job or they just work a lot. They don't know how to, to work on their finances. So they always keep up on looking for more while they spend also more with the credit card and all that stuff, payment of car loan, car note that goes above that $1,000. I don't know how they do it, but they found themselves they can't even, and they can, at the end of the month they literally have anything. That's also another story. They get caught with the system that create certain jobs. Jobs are keeping you guys parents, because I don't know if they're parents anymore, but they're keeping them in a certain way that they keep on chasing that's something that they will never have, which means they don't have enough time. People are getting back from work, they don't have time even to interact with kid. Parents have been gone working 14 hours daily. Schools are now places to put babies and kids, and so they can come back. So it's like an old circle. Where is it starting? I still believe that the government need to do something about it. It's something that's already affecting. When I say that, I remember again something that reminded me of the government, which is introducing certain things in the system, in the kid, in the schools. I'm like, oh, they're responsible. At least 50%. Yes, because these parents, they were a product of a certain system. And the kids that are in this system are growing up, they will be, you know what I mean? It started somewhere. Where? I don't know. I personally grew up in a good system. Maybe because it was in the, in the bush in Africa or somewhere. I don't know. But let's go.
Do you think they care about what's going on in my class?
Do you honestly believe that these teachers are quitting their job 2 weeks into the school year because they're not getting paid enough, or because the politics that they're dealing with from outside of the classroom is too much to handle? No, that's not the reason. The reason why they're quitting is because these kids are mean. And they're making the classroom a war zone, and they're getting zero support from parents at home and from admin on their campus. This 100% stems from the stuff that they have to deal with day in and day out from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. inside their classroom. It's the stuff that you have to deal with inside your classroom that makes you burn out and makes you never want to come back. I understand that so many of our kids are dealing with rough lives at home and are dealing with trauma, dealing with mental illness, dealing with learning
mental 90%.
disabilities. All of those things make it difficult to thrive in school, and I understand that. But the problem is that all of those things are...
By the way, don't fact check. It's not 90%, but a lot of people like, I don't want you to get him. Okay, yeah.
No reason to treat other human beings like a piece of garbage. Regardless of your opinion of teachers, most teachers that I know wake up every single day excited to teach whatever lesson that they've spent hours planning and creating, and they want to have a meaningful experience with the students in their classroom. They want to have a good day. And I know, speaking for myself, I woke up every day praying that it was going to be a good day, praying that the kids that I had that day were going to be as excited about the content that I was ready to present as much as I was. And most days, that is not what I got met with. On the daily, teachers are getting cussed out, spit on, hit, flipped off. Their equipment is getting broken and stolen. There are bullies in class that are relentless, not just to their own fellow students, but to the adult in the room. Imagine if you had to deal with that at your job. I'm speaking to non-teachers right now, right? You would not put up with that.
Nope.
You would stay somewhere where you were treated with respect, and you knew that you were safe in your work environment. If someone came every single day to your job, bullied you, hit you, cussed you out, rolled their eyes at you, treated you like you were nothing, like you were garbage, you wouldn't want to come back either. You would put in your 2 weeks notice. But for some reason, so many people believe that we signed up for that, because that's a part of teaching, and that's just how kids are. I made the decision not to return to the classroom this year, and I haven't been in a classroom for months now, and I still have nightmares, trauma nightmares on a weekly basis about my former classroom and my former students. And yes, It is a parent and an admin problem just as much as it is a kid problem, because the difference between now and 20 years ago even is that 20 years ago, when you would have a kid cuss you out, hit you, smack other kids, ruin your property, steal things off of your desk, there was going to be somebody on campus that was going to back you up and find a solution.
Yes.
But now that's not the case. Suspensions are down because they want those numbers down. They want to look good. They're not suspending kids for getting in fights and being violent in the classroom anymore. It's just not happening. Even in the early 2000s and 2010s, when I started my career, I was assured that if I called a parent to tell them about what was going on in my classroom with their child, they were most definitely going to say, I am so sorry. Do what you need to do. I'll talk to them when they get home. Right? That doesn't happen anymore either. It is a parent problem because we're getting met with the same attitudes that we see in the classroom that we're seeing at home from parents. A doctor or a nurse, somebody comes up to your nurse's station and starts yelling and screaming, throwing things, cussing you out, calling you names.
Security.
What do? You get to call security and call a code violet. As teachers, we can't do that anymore. We try, but then the kid gets sent out of the class. They are given a snack, and then 5 minutes later, they're back in the classroom ready to terrorize
She's spilling some bombs.
somebody else.
Yo.
There's always going to be only one adult in the room and 30 kids. And as soon as we put our attention on the one kid who's causing the disturbance and the violence in the class, then everyone is going to turn to us and say, well, why aren't you looking after the other kids? Why aren't you doing your job in teaching these kids? What happens when somebody...
Going back to her point, saying that, the fact, her... not going back for months, she still have those nightmare. I tried something ridiculous. I don't have these trimmings like such as Disney and all that stuff. I was using about someone else's account. I don't know how that happened, but it's a friend of mine. But all right. So the point is, even YouTube. This is I'm literally watching straight from YouTube. When I decided to spend $20 to not watch the ad, I'm talking about a total piece. I don't know how it came out, but it came about. I don't watch ads anymore. Like first off, I don't have time to watch any videos or anything like that. So these are the videos that you guys were sending me. So I noticed that I was receiving so many ads when you watch a video, when you listen to music or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, this is too much. I paid $20, $18 plus tax. I noticed that a peace of mind. I'm really focusing what I'm doing, either watch a video, watch a podcast, that's it. But sometimes when the video stop, I feel like a clip of an ad, Google something, or like, I'm like, it's still there. It's like digital dementia or something. Like, this is crazy. Like, I need to be detoxic. Like, I need to be to use some detox or something, like digital detox. I don't know. It's there. I've been programmed to watch those stuff, but I'm not anymore. I'm really trying to focus on certain things, and it's like a nightmare sometimes. She's right. Like, it's crazy. Imagine that in her case with kid, what is she going to do? Nothing. There's nothing that she's going to do. What? There's no support.
else starts doing something they're not supposed to do. It's a lose-lose situation. So who wants to deal with that at work? Of course, these young teachers who are just now stepping into the profession are done with it after 2 or 3 weeks. They realize that they don't have to deal with that behavior. They don't have to deal with that disrespect. And there's another way that they can make their money. Let me just speak about Houston ISD for a second, because that's where I came from and that's what I advocate for, because I still care very deeply about that school district. Teachers at Houston ISD are not quitting their jobs right now because of the crap they're having to deal with from their superintendent and the fact that libraries are being stripped away from campuses that desperately need them. Again, I would say that most of the teachers that are dealing...
I think that's what the media said, but they didn't want to actually say the actual truth.
with those issues are strongly urged from within to stay in those positions, to advocate for change in that situation. Those are not the reasons that they're quitting. It's the kids and the behavior that they are dealing with, because they are not scared of consequences anymore. In fact, if something happens in the classroom, a group of kids is more likely to pull out their phone and start recording it and laughing.
Yep.
Instead of helping the situation.
Yep.
I know the last thing most people want to hear is a teacher saying that kids are the problem, but what else are we supposed to do? How else are we supposed to tackle this situation? Behavior issues are at an all-time high right now, and nobody wants to admit it. Because
even for adult, I'm telling you, these quote unquote parents, they're not meant to be cold parents anymore. Like, I don't know what we have. Like, people are, like in the forest or something. I don't know. Honestly, like, they don't care. The thing is, parent is someone who cares about a child. They don't care. I mean, if you really did care about it, we couldn't see all these, percentages. I need to look it up. Actually, I need to fun fact myself, because I don't want to drop up some stuff that I have ChatGPT. Is it good for me to do my research on ChatGPT? Let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know. I'm just.
Then that's saying that, oh, those poor little darlings, they're suffering out there in a world that's chaos. What are they supposed to do?
Give me one moment.
You're supposed to.
One moment. Back.
Love them through it. We are asked to deal with so much abuse on a daily basis. And because they are children, somehow it's okay. And for those of you that don't have to deal with the behaviors that I'm talking about, you are lucky, because that means that you have admin on your campus that not only support you, but also have systems in place to tackle this sort of stuff.
So the moral decline of this country is...
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. I think this is crazy. My take on it, we are on a really bad spot, honestly. To be honest with you, we are on a really bad spot. Like, really bad spot. Teachers are blaming the kid. Yeah. Parents blaming teachers. Nobody's blaming the government. Nobody. I didn't even hear it. I don't know why, but this is it's just too much going on, bro. Too much going on. Watch the next video, man. I don't want to be too political, but I think you guys know already my point. Can you help me to say what I'm about to say it, What? Just help me to express what I'm feeling and what I want to say, because I can't just express it and this is just a new baby. We have 1,500 subscribers. Congratulations to all of you guys for doing that. It's not me. 1,500 subscribers. That's crazy. In 2 weeks. That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys have been working so hard, by the way, commenting and stuff. I will make some sections at the end of each video, just going through the comment section and to take 3 or 4, to give credit to you guys, because it's all about you guys. And thank you for sending me videos. So yeah, man, this is crazy. My take on it, I'm just for now, but I want you guys to be free. Be free in the comment section. Please, please, please. Tell me everything. Who is responsible of these changes? All right. Parents, teachers, kid. I don't know. See you in the next one.